Tell me a little bit about your organization for those that may not know.
So, Fashion Menagerie is a club that's supposed to represent the fashion, design, and apparel merchandising major here at Georgia Southern. We are here to pretty much collect and organize events that are around our major, such as fashion shows, DIYs, anything, mostly anything with sustainability. We are willing and we encourage for people whose majors may not be with fashion to come in here so they can share their interests with us. And we're also here to help build like your resume, how to make your resume look more appealing to your employer when you go out into the world, because apparently a lot of people in our major, they tend to struggle with that. And we're here to like build up your portfolio, because a lot of our projects, such as our end of the semester fashion show, that if you, even if you volunteer in that, or even if you designed in there, that could definitely go on your, any work you did can go into your portfolio and on your volunteer list.
Why do you think it's important to have a club like yours at Georgia Southern?
So our fashion program is, a lot of people don't even know that we exist here on Georgia Southern. A lot of people assume that what we do is that we go inside a building and we make a pre-skirt or leave, or we just giggle about a magazine. Like, someone was literally surprised that I had to actually measure out with a ruler to, cut out clothes, but it should be obvious. But people have only assumptions and not facts or knowledge about our club. And with Fashion Menagerie, we can go out here, represent our major for it to be known more, respected more, and hopefully gain more attraction, since even myself, I had to look up that Georgia Southern had a public fashion education.
The club there was I forgot what position she held, but she was a part of Fashion Menagerie. I forgot her name, but she also has a small boutique in Statesboro called Posh. And what the club did was go to the business and help decorate their window in any relation to fashion.
How has your organization been handling COVID?
So, ever since COVID started, we had to understand that we're going to get less people coming into the club, because classes are going to be a little bit more restricted or lenient. Some people may not be willing to come out during our club times to go to a club meetings or anything like that. And for now, we're just going to start working on our social media presence so we can start developing more on our website, more on our thrift shop that we're trying to put out on our website, and try to make ourselves have a way more better ground on our social media platform. Because one thing that we did struggle in the previous first year was that we were reaching out more physically, but not much more digitally. And in today's times, especially with COVID, we need to be more in touch with our digital side.
What are some meetings and events you guys do?
So usually for our meetings, we have at least one mini fashion show per month, and then a DIY night. And then the next event is probably either catered or catered towards what's going on in that month in general. So for example, this February, we had our Valentine's Day mini fashion show, and that is when anyone could like style or design their own outfit. They could be their own model. It was pretty much like a fun for all type of, regulation. The mini fashion shows are more informal than our end of the year fashion shows that are more formal. So anyone can come as they are. And we usually have like a competition, like who was the best stylist, who was the best designer, and we usually have 2 awards for that. And for our DIY nights is when anyone can bring anything they want. It could be an old t-shirt, it could be a bag. We have like dye paints, stencils, we have like the markers, like the fabric markers you can make, and even scissors. If you are a design student, you can go upstairs, or someone can let you upstairs to like use the sewing machines to complete whatever project you're making. And pretty much you can upcycle any like garment or object that you have for yourself.
If COVID wasn't a thing, what are some activities you would have liked to do or hope to do in the future?
One activity that we were trying to do was to have a little bit, like, we were trying to do like more of an outside thing that was more connected to DIYs, because we always said, what if we could like start bleaching stuff? And yes, you know, we can't use like harsh chemicals inside a building, so we usually encourage to go outside, but bleaching is also like close contact stuff, and we didn't want to risk that either. We were almost restricting food too, because like the passing of like, you know, particles and moisture and all that stuff. And we have to be more restricted on what we have to pass out to people.
What legacy do you hope to have at Georgia Southern?
Our legacy at Fashion Menagerie, after all of us leave, and hope people after us come and make sure it's like upheld, is to honestly just make sure that our major is known to be like a major. Like, I want people to be able to feel like they are comfortable with their interests here in fashion, and that they know that they are supported in their interests. If they need help with anything, they can come to us for it. Or like they need to learn how a certain skill, like to how to sew something up, they can come to us for it. Or if they need to work on their resume and they feel unsure how to do it, because our major is kind of weird with that, then they can come to us for it, because usually help in that is really restricted. And we just want our legacy to be known as like, if you need anything that deals with clothes, consumption issues, you can come to us for it, collab with us, or anything of the such.
Right. And last year, I had a pair of one for the first time. So I was just learning how to sew things and make things. So when I joined this club, I met people that were already about to graduate and had experience with making clothes. So when I would go to the sewing lab on my off days or anything to try and catch up on homework, the previous president and vice president actually helped me. They would tell me exactly what I need to do. So that's what the legacy, in my opinion, for Fashion Menagerie should be, you know, to help other students in fashion in any way grow and help them just build themselves and be confident enough to make stuff and to ask for help. Because we're here, we're all pretty much in the same boat.
If somebody wanted to join the club today, what are the steps they need to take?
Our email, fashionmenagerie@georgiasouthern.edu, or once I work on the board, on the FMAT board in the interdisciplinary building, it will have all of our contacts on there. It will show that if you can connect to any of us, we can connect to you to the group meet. Also, if you go to Eagle Engage, you can directly email us there. And also, if you are a fashion student, your professor most likely can easily guide you to us.
Okay. Do you have any upcoming events / meetings that you would like to share with people watching this video?
In March, we're definitely gonna have a mini fashion show that is going to be about a mixture of like sustainability, since Sustainability Week is coming later on in March and through April. So our end of the year fashion show, which is probably gonna be on April 24th on Saturday, we're gonna release our design, stylist, and model call sheets by the end of this week or the beginning of next week. So make sure that you guys can check it out when you can. We're holding at least 20 designers, 5 to 6 stylists, and then models. That's going to be a whole different form, and there's no limit to the models. So once we have those sign up sheets, you guys can sign up then.